was there or not. And she relied on the fact that Iris never disobeys her.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's this thing because she rang the lights out bell
Yeah.
at 10 in the temple. That makes sense.
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, well, well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task.
Did the stream just restart? What the hell?
Huh? Did it?
My timer got reset.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
Oh, yeah, Matt said it did. Hi, Tribal 10.
Okay. Welcome, Tribal. Wow. Okay. All right. Whatever.
Well, we're here. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hazakura Temple. You have not slept yet. 6 a.m. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Help. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Maybe we can lull you to sleep with
the sweet dulcet tones of Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, I guess. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No! She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. I've been here for 10 seconds and I already like her. She's great. Von Karma is great.
Francisca Von Karma is great.
Yes. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
That's true.
It's true. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes.
She does have a whip that she whipped the judge with just now. All people lie. That is my belief.
Why am I the only one being whipped here?
Yeah, right?
Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means, you must call your memory into question.
Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you?
Oh my God, she's ready to throw down.
Ooh.
She's
Hands.
like, you and me, parking lot after school. Well, that isn't exactly what I,
My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about Aboot Iris to the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner.
Hold it!
Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor.
Ooh.
Ooh, she getting sassy. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, thinking I made a mistake.
An excellent finish there, witness. Really stuck the landing.
What is that beard and mid-split slicked back haircut?
Who knows?
You like the judge's fashion?
I don't think it's a conscious choice. I think that's where he's balding.
No.
I'm
Still,
sorry, Renu. I don't think he has a choice.
Still, I have to wonder.
Receive before the lights out bell.
Mm-hmm. Witness, let's get one thing straight.
His hairdo is all the rage in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah. The defendant whom you claim to have met? She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course! That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma?
If you look on Edgeworth's
I see it!
you can see the little attorney's badge.
I see it! It's not made of cardboard!
It's real. It's a real attorney's badge. It's just not his.
Clearly. I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well. Look at her with her little milk crate.
God, she's so tiny.
It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Ooh? Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
He's like a puppy. Order in the court. Ow!
Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh?
He looks like the replacement bass player for a ska band.
Boy, he sure does.
Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange. Ow!
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those.
There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and... Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise. And with that sword of all things.
stimulation, nuns, and whipping makes you want to hear what the case is actually about. Murder.
Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out into the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
Is that puppy?
She upset. She hears noises outside the bedroom and the door is closed, therefore she cannot go out and investigate. She's upset. It's bedtime, babe. That means door is closed. She don't get it. Actually, maybe I'll get her two thing real quick.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. She's fine now.
Yeah? Okay.
The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that.
This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
Wow. Detective Gumshoe. Derogatory.
I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours?
Put that away.
Oh my god, dude.
Hold it!
How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge.
Still, you never made it back there that night, did you?
That's right. I was heading along the walkway toward the main hall.
Hold it!
You say you heard a noise. Thump, just like that.
That could only be the sound of the victim falling.
It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump, just like that.
But then, couldn't this noise you heard have just been snow falling to the ground?
I never thought of that.
Alright, case dismissed.
Let's all go home.
Oh!
The next one to laugh gets a whipping.
Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and...
Hold it!
This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to. The murderer who stabbed the victim with a sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw, as clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. She'd just be sliding it in there, dog.
Yeah.
Are both sides just gonna interrupt every sentence that none comes with? Yes.
That's how court works, obviously.
Oh, now that you mention it. There was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time. Please, don't keep us in suspense. Her hood? Her hood. That's right. It's coming back to me. Iris. She wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Huh. You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth.
What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? Seems important to me.
This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Miles Edgeworth. If you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip.
Witness, add that statement to your testimony.
No problem.
Hold it!
You are sure about that? Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. Ah, I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it. And there's absolutely no need to explain yourself. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out.
Like me holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip.
At least then it might bite you and not someone else. Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it.
Very well. Now please tell us about the victim, eh?
Hold it!
The room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct?
Which means the victim's room was on the second floor?
No. Hazakura Temple is a single-story building. But the mountain itself slopes downward. Which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest rooms in the back. To about the height of a two-story building.
I see. And the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct?
Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room, after all.
Stabbing Hassan must have occurred after she was...
Hold it!
What makes you so sure of all this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump, just like that.
You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height.
It appears that the witness is not mistaken then.
Yup.
I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. There's only 2 of them working there. That's wrong, Miles Edgeworth. No snappy comeback remark.
It doesn't feel like she is lying. This is very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. You're a very new defense attorney.
Yeah. Ah, body fell after death.
Ooh! Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please do! My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report.
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
That's right. It says after death right here.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
He's got a point. Order, order. The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree?
That is a logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. When she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunim's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree?
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Ow!
No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff field. However, if there was no blood in that room, then you're clear. Ow!
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
When it produces the most blood?
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
That's true. When the weapon still, with the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
Does it?
Does it though?
Does it though? Order! 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 I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition in your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please! Remain standing on the crate!
Don't go selling me short now! Oh. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape.
Oh my god.
Especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony.
Her entire character is as a dom, huh? Yes.
Yes.
I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
Ooh. With the whip. Ooh. Oh boy. All right. That's spicy. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place.
Perfect place to come in.
Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
Damn, Mystic Ami, why'd you gotta do it to her?
Oh my god.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth.
Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed?
Hold it!
Think carefully. This is very important. It's Iris we are talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory.
The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris too. Friend, didn't your family regularly frame people for crimes and withheld evidence?
Maybe. Listen, that's then. This is now.
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner.
Oh, what? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well.
That seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further?
Onwards!
Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say that you saw the victim bleeding? Well, well, I say that what I saw is what I saw.
What did you see?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed. But I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out.
Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony.
Oh, was that important?
Really fucking important.
Yeah. More important than you can imagine.
You saw the incident in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. There's no way. Look at this fucking thing! This would eviscerate a human being.
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. Good thing these ceremonial swords are spring-loaded.
Terrifying.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar.
Not a liar, just not trustworthy.
Just not a truther. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
Damn, Sister Bikini. Down
She's still
bad.
getting in there. I respect that. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
Oh, I mean, yeah, have you seen that fucking sword? It could eviscerate a human being. Ow!
Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this?
No! Also, I do enjoy that, like, Edgeworth is just like a complete ladies magnet for like older women.
I love it. Yeah. No.
They're just like
every time.
Look at you, you handsome young man.
It never fails.
I look at you, whippersnapper.
No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Objection!
Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I choose.
True. The objection stands.
Yeah.
I wept a little back there, I must admit. I may have cried a little bit, like a little baby.
Did not like it.
Just a little bit. It's okay.
I'm alright, don't worry. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
Objection!
Hey, what the hell is happening with this thing?
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shichishito.
even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You still got more?
Ooh. This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it?
I mean, yup.
Yeah. Ah! If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No!
Oh, that's true. Ow, order! Ow, fuck!
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one. If that.
Phoenix sneezes in bed. Achoo! But what does this all mean? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but...
Having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito.
What?
What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool.
Oh, Von Karma.
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon? Well... it's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However... if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon.
That's true. Order! 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 Ow!
So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth.
I mean, to be fair about the blood though, like how many like fake out murder weapons have there been in the Ace Attorney series? It's not that hard to just get blood on a different weapon.
The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
True. The obvious question?
Yes. Namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's...
Answer the question, Miss Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found. Bruh. You know Phoenix wouldn't have been able to think of that.
Nope. Only Edgeworth.
Only Edgeworth.
Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me. Could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible.
What, should be someone's hair? Yeah, it's like the murder case, real murder was Bayonetta?
Yeah, right? That just maybe what actually happened was
It was just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you once more, sister. Impossible!
Poor Miles.
What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
I don't know. Look at her eyes. She looks like she
Yeah.
sees God.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated that the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
Look at this photo. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks began in front of Azakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Hold it!
You are sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it after all.
Why was that?
Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night, now could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right. The one who trampled me.
Wow.
Yes. It seems she is the type to hold a grudge.
Watch your back, Phoenix. Sleep with one eye open, man.
Oh, man. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him.
What an idiot.
He had forgotten it at home, apparently.
That's an idiot.
What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand too.
I mean, Francisco's like, what, like 19 now?
Yeah.
She's 19. Yeah, she's no boomer. She carries her cell phone like a responsible teenager.
Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell.
Hold it!
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the main gate.
So, she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time.
I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? I need answers to every possible doubt.
Yes.
The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at that time? Huh? 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 What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Oh, I see! I never thought of that!
That's right. I overlooked that too.
Of course you did.
Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines.
Boy, that sounds like such an innuendo.
I know, right?
Would you like to be a hot engine?
However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow?
Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses.
It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh?
How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
Hold it!
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? Oh, you could have spared yourself some walking. Ah! There's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain?
I think that's why the question was asked in the first place.
It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Is that how you jacked up your back?
Jeez.
Oh.
The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch.
Crunch. Crunch.
I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Hold it!
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes.
It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile.
I have to concede that is more than enough time.
Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
She's really taking cracks wherever she can take them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all? You would not like to concede the case?
Hold it!
While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here.
Oh, and what would this mystery element be?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Oh!
Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor?
What?
She's as over the top as always.
Anyway. Whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account.
Okay, let's see. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Wait. But there's only one set of tracks.
Oh!
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it.
Objection!
Oh.
I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
What do you mean?
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back. Ah, you're right!
You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped. leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory?
What's that weather report? Yeah, snow. Wait.
Like
After
7
11,
to approximately
right?
10, and then yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain? Why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
It's just what the defense does.
No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me. It's like these siblings just fighting.
Literally, it's just siblings fighting.
Yes.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
Take that!
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Order. Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ha ha ha! Ow, I deserved that one.
You deserved that one, buddy.
That one was my bad.
Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things.
How dare you rely on the weather? What are you talking about?
Answer me this then.
That was so satisfying what Karma whipped so far, yeah.
Very few times someone is
is a
whipped and they
weather
deserve
report
it.
ever correct?
No, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Ah!
Forecast data. All weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now.
Oh boy. Shit. Okay, let's see. Let's, oh boy.
Very well.
Very well. Time to say it.
Mm-hmm.
When in doubt.
too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Oh, wait, hold on. If we look at the crime photo, there's no snow on her, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right.
But proving that is incredibly easy.
Get him, Edgy.
Yeah. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception.
And that is?
The victim herself, Miss Elise Dunim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. Ugh. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Woo! Got him! Order! What are you— Ah!
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? To me, this all sounds a bit fishy to me.
That somebody was murdered.
What does, sister?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Ooh. Spicy.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
Incredibly sus. What the fuck is
Hello?
happening?
Hello? But that is impossible.
Order! Order! Order in the court! What does all this mean? What the fuck is going on here?
So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that.
Only
A
an
true
absolute
idiot.
fool. Some kind of boo-boo dummy.
Mm-hmm. Unless they had something really important to do. Really important.
That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night.
What kind of absolute buffoon?
Your Honor. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. I don't know about that.
Really?
You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being...
This individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night.
I thought he was gonna say, and second, he's an idiot.
In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Bam! There it is! Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
Oh my god.
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Leduc. Jean-Luc de Leduc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting.
Probably. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Dunim.
Student? Huh, interesting. And why was he wandering the boot outside on the night of the murder?
That's...
complicated.
I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. But it may cost us his credibility as a witness. Before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist.
He is an artiste.
He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him.
Francisca's
in
like,
the the Arctic cold. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man. What exactly was it that he saw?
I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately.
I have no choice, do I?
I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry.
Oh, Larry.
You may have escaped me yesterday. But today, I'm going to get everything out of you.
He's coming for you.
Oh boy, you better watch out, buddy.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess.
Whew! Oh, Larry, you got two upsetty siblings coming after your butt.
Oh, Larry. Oh, Larry, you're really in it now, bud. Alright, let's take a small break, Renu.
Small break.
We'll be back soon. Oh, where's the music? Let's see. There it is. Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
I was discussing with the roommate about what elements we would be.
I see.
Yeah. He said he would be poison or electricity. And I would be water or grass or earth or something like that.
I see. Vibe check me. What do you think I would be?
Vibe check you, what would you be? Maybe air or
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Air or earth. One of them, maybe.
I mean, that second one makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
My zodiac is Capricorn, which is an earth sign.
Ah.
And I've been told I'm a very grounded person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you're pretty grounded, but you're also pretty, like... you're also simultaneously a pretty free person, too.
I live freely. Be free upon this world. Yeah. Fair enough. I feel like... Renu, I feel like you're a normal type.
A normal type?
You strike me as a very normal person.
I see how it is.
No, it's a compliment.
No.
Hey, Magpie Mirror Test. You came in at a great time.
Hi, Magpie. We were discussing what elements we would be.
Yes. We came to the conclusion that I'm probably an earth type, or a ground type, or whatever. And Renu is probably, at least in my opinion, I think that you are a normal type. But I could see something like a water or an earth type too. Anyway, shall we get back into it?
Sure.
Yes. Let us continue. February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes.
Make this quick!
Oh, man. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Sorry, I clicked a little too fast.
You're right.
Alright, I'll help you in any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? Porygon is a normal type, Renu. Wild options exist. Alright, I don't want to be associated with Porygon, alright? I like Chansey and Blissey.
Yeah,
Chansey and Blissey. Nice.
Chansey and Blissey is like the energy that you have.
The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh!
Oh! Wait! In the middle of the goddamn trial!
Oh, it's five Psyche-Locks! Ah!
Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Well, that escalated quickly. Yeah!
Sure did.
Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dunim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycho locks.
It's still so funny. It's still so funny that he still calls him Psycho Lux.
Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. I would also call him Psycho Lux.
Yeah, that's fair. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Back at it. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior? Oh good, I thought I was misremembering the term. No, you're good.
He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Ugh!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court.
Well, you already made a great impression on her.
Right?
Norris Dunim, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Sure is.
Oh no!
My man's about to die. Ow!
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Ow!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian.
Larry. This isn't an art store, now is it?
I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields?
I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope.
That's it! Thanks, buddy!
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So, see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow! 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 Ow!
Judge you! Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, this was all your fault. Testify now! This is too much for me. Oh, boy.
This is great.
Mm-hmm. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy?
Oh dear.
Collateral whip damage. Yeah. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? That is correct. And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation? Or anything else? I'm a witness too! It's like the third time you've been up here, man. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex.
He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized that for himself. just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. I'm an experienced witness. It's the only thing I have going for me. We can delve into other details at a later time.
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
That one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my VIP.
Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? Gonna miss defense. Yeah.
See? You can do it if you try.
Ow!
There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge.
Hold it!
A number of times. How many?
Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means... you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night?
Jesus.
Huh.
You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands.
Oh.
Love, you see.
It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Oh my god, here we go.
Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ow!
You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness.
Respect women! So what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. Puffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh?
Oh, good.
Well, you see...
being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's heard it all at this point. Larry, you really didn't see it?
Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, say snowmobile for me, please.
Snowmobile?
If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Uh-huh. Shut up! What is this? I don't know, don't ask me!
It seems I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. I like how Edgeworth dropped him under a bus without needing to be asked.
Yeah.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone?
That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I just want to see those Crimson Lake faces, now! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth.
Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along.
Pretty sure.
Objection!
Pretty sure that he met Phoenix Wright that night.
Larry Butts. I could understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry.
But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Gee, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me.
However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
Well, you're totally pinning this on me. I didn't do no murder.
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts.
That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
Edgy, I think I finally woken up. I got woke, as the kids say.
Oh dear.
Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What I saw, part 2. Huh. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't ya?
So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. Jesus, man. You got some issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
I do enjoy the, like, very matter-of-fact way that they report things about Phoenix. They're just like, yeah, he fell off a bridge into a river. Don't worry, he's not dead. What? Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
Edgeworth is just trying to play it cool. Listen, he flew in from the outside the country in a panic because of Larry telling him that Phoenix had gotten in trouble. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I said the meeting time is 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too.
Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
Hold it!
This light was, of course.
Lightning? Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom! Ow!
Or a little like that.
It's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do?
What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge?
Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that?
The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge?
Hold on. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk?
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare.
Well, should I press him for a little more info? Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, right?
Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason.
Oh, God.
It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time. Okay?
Oh, God.
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright?
Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway.
What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease.
It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less.
He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. But there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth.
Let's see. 10 to 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out.
Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
Holy shit, brutal.
Oh my freaking god.
What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct?
Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes at first. More or less.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m.
That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. Whoa, man, he's in the hospital. Calm down, Larry. Have some respect, man.
That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard.
That is very true.
There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time.
Oh, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Maurice Dream. Ah, fuck.
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. Or there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out.
True.
Therefore, the bridge must have still been burning until at least 11:15 p.m.
Which means... what exactly?
Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry. You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. Ew.
Ew.
I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Who the hell is this guy? Order! Ah!
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident?
Yeah, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? Sicko.
And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
Wow.
Dang.
That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Oh! Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time.
You've activated my trap card.
Oh!
Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes.
Even Edgeworth is a little nervous now. I'm a really said. Ah, fuck! Ah, Jesus!
Then say it!
Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however.
We all do.
Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? I'm a Doonim. I'm an artiste. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art.
Oh dear.
The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And that would be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source.
Believable. Too believable.
So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy.
Oh? Someone gonna regret something. I don't think it's
Someone.
Tell us, Larry.
My name is Loris, get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am.
I don't think that Edgeworth struggles with that.
Just who exactly are you? I'm Loris Dunim, apprentice extraordinaire.
That's what he calls himself in any case.
Then you are an artist? Of course I'm an artist, the real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed.
Hold it!
Sketching? The burning bridge?
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What? Came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. This sketch of my... Ow!
Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
Show it to us!
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please.
Well, well. Even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this.
Imagined what?
that Loris Dunim's debut would take place here, today, like this. Ow, ow, ow.
Show it now.
Okay, but still yourselves. This is the world of Loris Dunim. Ah. Well, so this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well. It's a better drawing than I expected. I mean, yeah, no, that's exactly my opinion. When
Nobody
I first saw
expected this. It's actually not too bad.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's not bad.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did.
This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems.
Larry, what the fuck is this? Oh, that's the Mothman. Yeah, 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 yeah.
This mysterious flying object. Larry,
What?
the burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure?
Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might with your sharp old defense attorney eyes.
Oh my god. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris!
What?
I wish she'd taken better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Larry, please. Answer this next question honestly.
Okay!
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yup, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artiste, a real artiste.
Are you?
Hi, that girl, she's really high up in this picture. I think the judge, did they just ask if he's high? I think he's high, guys.
I think you might be high.
Ow, what was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that, people can fly?
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
Let me tell you about the circus. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet, 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It really was something to see. Man, girl I love sure is talented.
Wow!
This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Oh god.
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
You know what? Godspeed to Larry for just wholeheartedly believing that Iris can fucking fly.
He just doesn't question it.
Not a single thought in this man's head. Well, what'd you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me! Now hurry up and cross-examine him. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Oh boy. Okay, well,
we know that.
so
no.
first of all, we know that she didn't have the hood.
Objection!
Larry, what did you really see that night?
I don't think Larry knows what he saw. No thoughts, head empty, canvas full.
Not that I particularly care.
Take your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. It's all I have, really.
Oh my god.
That's all the money in my wallet.
Oh my god. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain.
What might that be?
That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ow!
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Ow!
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
Oh my god.
That'd be great.
That would be quite the sight. What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
You don't have a chance, bud. Okay. Sorry, the people who came over are leaving now.
Oh,
Okay.
goodbye, people.
Why? Why, you Nick, you dog!
Oh dear.
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. Bailiff, bring me the garbage can!
Oh no.
What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
Oh my god. What?
What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive.
Evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Loris Dunim,
Oh my god.
shall prove it. What the fuck is he
What the
talking
heck?
about? Who let this guy here? Who got this guy? I didn't expect to ask this again, but shall we be needing your testimony once again? Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Bro.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edge, because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. You're about to feel the wrath of a god.
You've been serving us a whopping service of pain this whole time. Trust me.
Oh boy. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. Oh my Lord Jesus. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. A crystal sphere? This one, pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here somewhere? Yeah, that looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow?
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. Ah, the court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood!
What? Blood?
Oh boy. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
And didn't you want to be called Laurice Dunim only a few minutes ago?
Yes. Okay.
Hold it!
Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct?
That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today.
This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy. But I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries.
Sure are. Yeah, that's,
Objection!
Yup.
Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who was this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Dunim, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim. I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey, that's my photograph. Give it back. Ow, ow.
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime.
The crystal sphere is gone. What? 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 Just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, The crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
What the fuck is happening in this case? that means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Duim?
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that. I saw it. My own two eyes.
Und this crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donim was in her room on the night of the murder.
Is the reason there's not tons of evidence to scroll through that Edgeworth submits is destroying the evidence he submits? I think it's just there's not a lot of evidence in the case. Most of this is just evidence that, like, Phoenix just kind of gave you.
Yeah.
There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case?
That crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent.
Which is the exact same reasons that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer? Larry, that's not how that works. Ow, no, ow!
All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Dunim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Oh boy. Response, Mr. Edgeworth? My response is I'm gonna save the game. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Can we?
Can we?
I mean, there's like blood on it. Let's see.
Yeah, but before the murder, I mean, that kind of... I just remember the pearl is still missing.
Oh, shit. Where did Pearl go? Oh my god. I got the feeling, I've got the distinct feeling we've forgotten something. Loss of blood from stab in back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Pearl. This is Pearl. Pearl's been turned into a crystal sphere. Jeez. Yeah, why not? Let's just go for it.
Really? Did you save?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can even drop another one right here.
Okay.
Wait, actually, no, we shouldn't do
No,
that.
don't do it. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Can I have something to do with the bridge being on fire and not crossable?
Oh, maybe.
To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do.
Oh.
That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case.
I'm thinking. You will do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Okay.
About that.
The sphere was half covered in snow.
Oh.
And
Wait.
she's not.
Yeah, but if it's half covered in snow, wouldn't it be because it was dropped in the snow?
Well, no, we're trying to prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder, right? So it was snowing before the murder happened.
Oh, sure, but like, wouldn't the snow like linger or whatever?
Yeah, that's why yeah, see, right? Because the sphere was found like half covered in snow.
But even if it was dropped after the murder, wouldn't it be covered in snow?
No, because it stopped snowing. Remember? That's why the crime photo, like her body isn't covered in snow.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear.
What?
When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowy. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body.
Ah.
Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What?
Hey, that's true. Big brain. Order, order, order.
On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose.
What could that have been?
This sphere, there's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, What she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't. You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed. Thus, there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible.
Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Well, I have I've got a theory.
On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body.
Order! Ah!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moves the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. It always does.
Oh, it does, yeah.
What? Where was the victim, Elise Dunim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Wow, he's not even a human being.
Oh my god.
He's a creature.
Yeah. He's smiling over there like whatever. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Oh my god.
She's fucking brutal.
However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy, thank you. I don't think you should be thanking him, Larry.
He definitely called you to be on the lowest possible branches of humanity.
Return to monkey. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Right.
What, really? That's what this is all about? Oh, you could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Franzi. You would have been me all the.
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by.
What a shame. Ah, Frenzy!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all that the legal system stands for.
Ow, 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 ow,
I demand satisfaction.
ow!
Oh my god.
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However,
I can't believe that the witness died.
yeah, I can't believe that this witness is dead. Oh well. Bailiff, please clean the body. Get this thing out of, get this little creature out of here.
Creature.
However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, next time on Dragon Ball Z, those are the matters that shall be addressed. And counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, right?
Court is now adjourned.
Oh, Miss Edgy Poo.
It was a good adventure. It was a good time playing our boy Miles Edgeworth.
He flew it out of the country.
But now it is time to say goodbye. Alright, we'll do the investigation next time.
Woo.
Woo, thanks for coming. Are
It
you
was
going
fun.
to be here next week?
I will.
Okay, alright, so next week, same time.
Woo.
Catch us for the start of the next leg of our journey. Woo, 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 woo.